Krishna, everyone. Haribol and good morning from New York, New York City. Nice, you've all joined. I thought with this being last minute, maybe no one will join, but here you are. Oh, good. It is 7 o'clock in the morning here, 7:01. And so the sun is just gradually coming up, or I think it may be a not so sunny day. I don't know. But yeah, here we are. Later, I can show you what's quite an interesting, for me, interesting view from the window which you see behind me. You can't really see so much from here, but yeah, because it's dark and it's kind of foggy. But there's just behind us is spread out the whole of Central Park with the city of New York sort of lined up on either side. Right. So good to see you all. Let's see who's here. All of you, so many are here. What's MA108? Oh, that's Malatimala. MA108, Latimala. Okay. And translation will be there in Espanol. Daśā. Nice, good. And oh, Hiranya Pandit, you are also here. Nice, nice. Okay. Okay, I've been a little bit, as they say, jet lagged, but I'm okay now. So I think we can do this with a little help from our friends. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Raghunatang Vitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitangscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, let's proceed to Srila Narottama Das Thakura and his Prarthana song, in which he is wondering when, oh when, will that day be mine? As he was in the last song, which was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, some time ago, in which Narottama was saying, when will I see your lotus feet? Donha anga parashivo. Oh, that means touch, not see. When will I directly serve your lotus feet? When will I touch your lotus feet? Yes. Donha anga parashivo duhu anga nirakibo shevana koribo donha ghare. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about lotus feet in our tradition. Good morning. We have a live participation here. We have Subhangada and Atmani Vedana, who are kindly hosting me in their very nice home. In their very nice home on the 19th and 20th floors of this apartment building. Lalita Vishaka Shange Sevana Koribo Range Mala Ganti Dibo Nana Pule. Then, again, this is from the previous song. When in the company of Lalita and Vishaka will I happily serve you? You, of course, meaning Radha and Krishna. When will I make garlands of many flowers for you? Oh, I was saying lotus feet. There's a lot about lotus feet in our literature. There's something about lotus feet. What's so special about lotus feet? Well, the Lord's feet, because the Lord has feet. No ordinary feet, lotus feet, feet which are compared to lotuses. Oh, which reminds me, that's all right. You can turn it on. Atma, can you can turn it on.
So okay. She says, prefer no.
All right. Can you, in the room, in the blue suitcase, there's a white plastic kind of folder for papers. If you could bring that white plastic folder.
I love
it. Atmanivedana is always very keen to serve the Vaishnavas. Yes. Well, I'll get back to what he's getting later. Okay, let's press. If I sound somewhat incoherent, it's probably because I am. But okay, let's go with today's song. Hari Hari Aro Ki Emon Daśā hobo. So this is Swabhista Lalasa, song number 4 of Prarthana by Narottama Thakura. And he says, Hari Hari Aro Ki Emon Daśā hobo. Thank you. Yes, that's it. Exactly it. Thank you. Hobe Vrishabhanu Pure āhīrī gopera ghare tanayā hoiyā janamibo. When will I take birth as a gopi in the town of Maharaj Vrishabhanu? So Vrishabhanu Pure āhīrī gopera ghare. Āhīrī? Maybe that means, I don't know if it means womb, gopera ghare. Anyway, ghare, in the house of a gopi, a gopa. Where many gopas and gopis live, O Lord Hari, will I someday attain this condition of life? Kabe Vrishabhanu Pure āhīrī. I don't know. It's āhīrī. Gopera ghare tanayā hoiyā janamibo. Tanayā, with a body, maybe. Janamibo, I will take birth. There will be the taking birth. All right. Yāvat āmāra hobe epani grahana hobe vasati koribo hobe tāya. When will I live in the city of Vrishabhanu and be accepted by its residents as one of their kin? Epani grahana hobe. I'm guessing. Grahan means grasping, but it could mean maybe also accepting. Vasati, residence. Koribo hobe tāya. Okay, yeah. I don't know. Yāvat sounds to me like Yāvat, the town of Yāvat, which is Radharani's town, no? When will I serve the feet of the gopis' beloved master? Shakir parama śreshta jai hoy tāhāra preshta sevan koribo tarpai. Okay. When will I serve the feet of the gopis' beloved master? Sevan. Tāhāra preshta. Preshta means dear. Of those who are dear. Sevan koribo. I will gain tāya of them. Tāhāra. The sevana, I get. No, seva would be not sevana. Oh, this is a little difficult. Koribo, I will do sevana. All right. moving along. Tengho kripavan hoiyā. When Lord Krishna is merciful to me, kripavan, being one who is merciful, ratul chorone loya, I will be able to attain his reddish lotus feet. Ratul, I guess, is reddish. Āmāre koribo samarpan. When I attain the lotus feet of the divine couple, then my life will be successful, samarpan. Okay, and all the desires of my mind will be fulfilled. Sapal hobe daśā, puribe monir āshā. So āshā means hopes, aspirations. And manir, of the mind, of my mind, puribe will be fulfilled. Like purna, puribe will become fulfilled. Sapal hobe daśā. Daśā means, I believe it means like a platform, a position, a level of accomplishment, like that. And sapal means with fruit. So I'll be getting this position of getting the results of my whatever I've hoped for. Sevi dunghar jugala charana. All the desires of my mind will be fulfilled. I will attain the lotus feet of the divine couple. Sevi dunghar. Dunghar, of the two. But yugala also means two. I don't know. Double two. So the 2 feet of the two lords, the 4 feet of the two lords. Sevi, I'll be a servant. A sevin, like a yogi, a sevi. Yoga, yogi. The stem form yogin. Sevin, sevi. Vrindavane dui janho chatur dike sakhī-gano shevana koribo abosheshe. When will I be able to directly serve the divine couple who are surrounded by their gopi friends? That doesn't look right. Chaturdike. Oh, Chaturdike means in 4 directions, means surrounded. Sevan koribo abosheshe. Nothing about Vrindavan in the translation. Anyway, in Vrindavan, so Vrindavane means in Vrindavan, Duijana, the 2 persons, Chaturdike sakhī-gan sevan koribo. Abosheshe means without end. When I directly serve the divine couple in the association of the gopis, all the desires of my heart will be fulfilled. Sakhī-gan chari bhite. Nana jantra loya hate. Dakibo maner abhilashe. Dakibo, then I will see the abhilash in the aspiration of my mind. Really difficult, this one. And jantra. Nana jantra loya hate. Well, I don't know. The translation is not helping me a whole lot. Let's try number 5. When will I approach duhun chanda mukha dekki judabe tapita anki nayane bohibe ashudar? Narottama is more, his Bengali is more difficult than Bhaktivinoda Thakura's, seems to me. When will I approach the divine couple? Okay. When will streams of tears flow from my eyes by seeing their moon-like faces? Okay, this we get. Duhun, I think again is both. Chanda, moon. Mukha, face. Deki, seeing. So when will I see both their moon-like faces? Judabe, tapita, anki. Tapita would mean hot, I believe. So hot tears? Which kind of tears are there? I always mix them up. Cold and hot tears. Hot tears are of anger, no? Anyway, the translation says, when will streams of tears flow from my eyes? Anki. No, sorry, nayane. Bahibe ashrudar. Brindar nideshe pabo donhar nikate jabo hanodina hobe āmāra. When will I receive direct orders? Nidesha. When will I get direct orders from Vrinda Devi? So Vrindar Nidesha. Nidesha, I think is from near Desha. So of Vrinda, the orders, Pabo, I will receive. When will that day be mine? Hano din hobe āmāra. Hano means such. Din is day, and hoibe will be, āmāra of me. And the last verse, Sri Rupa Manjari Sakhī more onatini deki. Rakibe ratula duti pai. So when will she, Rupa Manjari, seeing me helpless and without any shelter, protect me with her reddish feet? Anatini. Okay, that's interesting. Anatini.
I read warm, sad, warm tears, sad, hot tears, anger, cold tears, joy.
Oh, okay.
But Google, so not necessarily authoritative.
Not well, yeah. Thank you. Atmanivedana is looking up hot and cold tears on Google. So warm tears are affection.
Sad.
Oh, sad. Hot tears, anger, and cold tears, affection. Happiness. Happy, joyful. So what is tapita? It certainly wouldn't mean angry. Maybe sad. But why would he be sad seeing the faces of Radha and Krishna? It doesn't make sense. Therefore, I don't know how to. So let's not worry about it. Okay, Shirupa Manjari Sakhī more anatini deki. So nata means Lord. Anatta means without Lord. But here Narottama is anticipating being in his eternal form as a gopi, or perhaps actually a manjari, and so feminine. And so it becomes anatini. So when will Srila Rupa Manjari, seeing me helpless, anatini, without a Lord, without shelter, rakibe ratul duti pai, protect me with her reddish feet. Rakibe will protect. Ratul must mean reddish. We had this before. And duti, I think, is again the two feet in this case. Narottama Das says, Narottama Das bhane priyanarma sakhī-gan. When will I become one of the maids? Oh, he's anticipating being a priyanarma sakhī, one of the maidservants of the dear and playful gopis. Hobe, dasi, koribo, āmāra. No, hold on, correction. So priyanarma sakhī, he's translating as the dear and playful gopis. And dasi, he's anticipating himself being their servant. Koribo, āmāra. Yeah. Hobe, when is this going to happen? That's the question. When? When indeed? Well, we know Narottama Das Thakura is already there. And we may not quite be there yet. Do you have the lyrics on your? Yeah. You have it there. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this harmonium is.
Is our location preferred?
Huh?
Is this the right location for us?
For you?
Yeah.
You're fine. Okay, this seems to be a single reed instrument. Hari Hari Arakhi emon daśā hobo. Hari Hari Arakhi emon daśā. Hobe vrishabha pure āhīrī gopera ghare. Hobe vrishabha pure āhīrī gopera ghare. Tanayā hoiyā janamibo. Tanayā hoiyā janamibo. Yāvat āmāra hobe epani grahana hobe. Yāvat āmāra hobe epani grahana hobe. Vasati koribo ghare tāya. Vasati koribo ghare tāya. Sakhīra parama śresa tāhāra Krishna sakhīra parama Krishna Jai hoiyā tāhāra Krishna sevana koribo tāya sevana koribo tāya. Tenho kripa van hoiyā ratula charane loya. Tenho kripa ratula charana. I just remembered again, I forgot to turn on the music. There's a, you have to change the function here. I always forget. Where am I? Yāvat āmāra epani grahana. No. Where are we?
We were in the middle of verse 3, I believe.
Okay. Sapala hobe dasa koribo manera daśā. Sapala hobe dasa koribo manera daśā. Sevitu hara jugala charana. Sevitu hara jugala charana. Vrindavane dui jane chaturdike sakhī-gan. Vrindavane dui jane chaturdike sakhī-gan. Sevana koribo śres. Sevana koribo śres. Sakhī-gan charibhite nana jantra loya hate. Sakhī-gan charibhite nana jantra loya hate. Dakibo manera abhānu. Dakibo manera abhānu. Duhun chanda mukha deki juda beta pita anki. Duhun chanda mukha deki juda beta pita anki. Nayane bohibe asudara. Nayane bohibe asudara. Vrindara nideshe pabo tāhāra nikate jabo. Vrindarani daśā pabo tāhāra nikate jabo. Anodina hobe āmāra. Anodin Shri Rupam Manjari Sakhī More Anatini Daki Shri Rupam Manjari Sakhī More Anatini Rakibe Ratula Duti Pai Rakibe Ratula Deki Pai Narottama Dasa bhane Priya Narma sakhī-gan Narottama Dasa Priya Narma sakhī-gan hobe dasi koribo āmāra Dasi koribo āmāra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 gaur haribo, Nitya gaur haribo, 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 Nitya gaur haribo. Yeah, it's a nice harmonium.
Yeah.
It's a bit antique. It's got a kind of, I don't know, folksy sound, I guess you could say.
Shall I move the chair a little bit away to give you more space?
It's okay. Yeah. Oh, right. So again, welcome everyone to Saturday Sanga. My apologies for the last 2 weeks not being here. Last week, where was I? Last week I was in a retreat in sort of north central eastern England, near Lincoln, the town of Lincoln, and this could be a kind of seg from our song. I mentioned the reference to lotus feet, and there were several references to the two of them, the two lords. But the lotus feet idea, this leads me to want to share something which Gopinathacharya Prabhu presented, part of what he presented in his presentation this last Saturday. Well, Saturday and Sunday, because we each of us who were presenting were doing it twice for 2 different groups. This was the Gaudiya Studies retreat of the Oxford Center for Hindu Studies, and this was the first time we've done this. It was the students, the participants, were all, you could say, graduates of a online course which we have been holding now for some time. And you may wonder, why don't I know about this? Well, because it's a little bit, I don't want to say secret, but it's just in its beginning stages, and it's all kind of experimental. And the students have all been essentially by invitation only, which may make you think, well, how do I get an invitation? And I'm not sure if I know an answer to that yet. But what I wanted to say is that what we did is there were 5 of us giving presentations. There were about 25 students present. And we were divided into 2 groups. The students were divided, so each group, each session was with about 12 students each time. So who was presenting? Well, I mentioned Gopinathacharya Prabhu from Oxford. He's an expert in Sanskrit poetry, and so he gave a presentation called How to Read a Sanskrit Poem. And I'll come back to that, but the other presentations, well, I gave a presentation on the Chaitanya Charitamrita. What did we call it? I think Chaitanya Charitamrita Vichar. So reflecting on the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and I presented a few ideas, and we had some discussion. There was a presentation by Radhika Raman Prabhu, who came all the way over from Utah, USA, just for this presentation, and then he flew all the way back. And his presentation was on, we can say, Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy of epistemology, discussing Jiva Goswami's Tattva Sandarbha and how he argues for the about the relationship between direct sense perception, inference, and revelation, pratyaksha, anumana, and shabda. And the main point that he makes from that Radhika Raman Prabhu made, I would say, is simply that Jiva Goswami never rejects direct sense perception and inference. He always keeps a place for them in relation to Shabda. So it was quite significant because, and the point he's making with that is, it's all about, is this world real or not real? If you're a card-carrying follower of Shankaracharya, you might want to say, it's not real. It's all illusion. But what's the price of doing that? The price of doing that is that your activities in devotional service also become unreal. So do you want to pay that price? The devotees say, no way, no way, no way. And so Jiva Goswami argues the world is real, and because the world is real, our perceptions and we also have some intelligence, so our logic, our reasoning, they're also good. They have value, they have relevance. Another presentation was by Brigupada Prabhu from Finland. He came down to share with us his, about the Hari Bhakti Vilasa in general, and he brought a hard copy of the first volume of his translation of the Hari Bhakti Vilasa, first volume of what is projected to be 4 or 5 volumes. And so he showed us just how he's been working on that, but he, more broadly, he discussed what is the mood of the Vaishnavas with regard to what we call ritual. And he was giving us a kind of fresh look at how nice it is to do some of the more technical activities that are described in the in the Hari Bhakti Vilasa. And we also had what, they were all young compared to me, but what I can call a young scholar with us. This is Sundar Gopal Prabhu, who is a student at Oxford University, a doctoral student, and he came all the way from Costa Rica, But he's staying for another month in Oxford, working on his dissertation. And he gave a very interesting presentation. I forget how he titled it, but it was kind of, his theme is what he calls mosaic theology. Mosaic is a way of making an artwork. You have usually small tiles, usually glazed ceramic tiles, and you can make a picture out of those tiles using different colors. So what Sundar Gopal Prabhu presented for us was, he showed us how Gaudiya Vaishnavism is highly eclectic. Eclectic means that it consciously draws from many different traditions to constitute, to make this picture, if you like, which is Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And I think he was arguing that Gaudiya Vaishnavism is perhaps more eclectic than other Vaishnava traditions. So, and to help us think about this, he had us doing a hands-on sort of a game with a sort of puzzle that he created. It was interesting. And yeah, it was sort of challenging also. Okay, but back to Gopinathacharya and his how to read a Sanskrit poem. He gave a handout in which he gives figures of speech. And here I wanted to connect to this idea of lotus feet. But we can just keep that in the background. I'll just read through this quickly, and not too quickly. That in Sanskrit literature, the kinds of ornaments of the language are very distinctly described and analyzed. And so, for example, one of them is called upama, which literally means comparison. And the example is, your face is like the moon. In English, we would call this a simile, saying there is a similarity between a face and a moon. But in a work of poetry, you might say, your face is like the moon. Okay, there's another figure. It is called pratipa. And that's the reverse. It's the moon is like your face. The moon is like your face. Okay, there's the next one is called a rupaka. What is the example? Your moon face. Your moon face. So it's a kind of bringing together moon and face. It's not like, it's moon face. Then there is sasangdeha. Sasangdeha is, the example is this your face or is this the moon? I think there's an expression of samdeha, I believe, means doubt, so with doubt. And then comes apahnuti. This is the moon, and not your face. Okay. Of course, there would be examples for all of these within the tradition, the poetry. There's more. There's quite a few more. Do you want to hear more? Okay. Yes?
Yes, please.
Okay, the next one is called Upameyopama. The moon is like your face, and your face is like the moon. Okay, so that's a combination, I think, of upama. Upameya is can be compared, upameya, and upama is a comparison. The moon is like your face, and your face is like the moon. There's ananvaya, your face is only like your face. And then there's smarana. We all know what smarana means. It means remembrance. But here, the example is, having seen the moon, I remember your face. Then there's bhrantimat. Thinking it to be the moon, the chakora flies toward your face. So bhranti means making a mistake, being bewildered. So basically consisting of a mistake. Thinking it to be the moon, the chakora flies toward your face. Then there's uleka. There's two L's and an H, uleka. This is the moon, this is the lotus, thus the chakora and the bee fly toward your face. I guess the idea is the face is both a moon and a lotus. Yeah, chakoras fly toward the moon, and bees fly toward lotus. So your face is like both the moon and the lotus, and therefore the chakora and the bee are flying toward your face. So we can imagine, I suppose, that for all of these, Krishna is speaking to Radha and he's praising her face. So that was Ulleka. And then comes Utpreksha, which is, this is verily the moon. So it's a kind of a declaration, a strong declaration. This is verily the moon. There's Tulya Yogita, illustrated as follows. The moon and the lotus are vanquished by your face. Tulya Yogita. So Tulya also means equality, so it has the sense also of comparison. But Yogita is an abstract noun of yogi, of yoganess, being a yogi. But I don't know how that becomes the moon and the lotus are vanquished by your face. Oh, okay. I have to think about that. Okay, the next one is Deepika. Your face and the moon rejoice in the night. So Deepika, the ka can mean possessing. So possessing a light. Then Vyatireka. The moon shines at night, but your face shines always. Vyatireka, which generally means some opposite or indirect indirection. Then drishtanta, which means example generally, in the heavens, the moon, on earth, your face. So a drishtanta is also an analogy, giving a relationality like this, so like that. Then there's prativastupama. The moon reigns in heaven, that is, rules in heaven. Your face reigns or rules on earth. Prativastupama. There's a lot here about faces and moons. Have you noticed? Then there's nidarshana. Your face bears the beauty of the moon. There's parinama. By your moon face, the warmth of passion is cooled. There's samasokti. Your face is beautifully spotted with black eyes and adorned with the light of your smile. Samasa ukti. And then finally, there is aprastuta prashangsa. The moon is pale before your face. Okay. Now you know. We'll test you on this. No. There's so many different varieties of ornamentation in Sanskrit poetry, and I believe this is not by any means all of them. Let me also read one of the verses which he gave in his handout. This is from Anantavardhana, from his Tvanyaloka. Yavya paravati rasan rasaitum kachit kavinam nava drishtir ya parinishtitarta vishayon mesha chavai paschiti te dve apyavalamya vishwamanisham nirvarnayanto vayam Shranta naiva chalabdamabdi shayana tvad bhaktitu yam sukam. I am weary, that is, I am tired, from much painting of the world. For though I used the new and wondrous sight of poets, which busies itself in giving taste to feeling, and used the insight of philosophers, which shows us objects as they really are, I never found, O God recumbent. What means recumbent? On the ocean. I guess it means reclining. O God recumbent on the ocean, I never found a joy like that which comes from love of thee, of you. So he's saying, I've heard, so much poetry glorifying, praising, describing this world, and it's all very impressive. And it really, even they make use of philosophy, which really gives you a clear understanding of the world. But, O Lord, who are reclining in the ocean, it doesn't give me any joy like that which comes from your love, from loving you, from bhakti. Shranta naiva chalattam abdi shayanam. Abdi shayana. Tvat bhakti tulyam sukham. Okay. I think that's kind of recumbent.
Yeah, it says especially of a person lying down.
Okay. Yes. Good. Now I'm going to request your kind patience while I disappear for 2 minutes. And I'll be right back. I think within 2 minutes. Meanwhile, you can go for a break yourself. You can say hello to each other. You can read 2 minutes of Bhagavad Gita. Migrate. We have migrated slightly back in the room. But yeah, it doesn't really quite show you what's out the window. I think we have to just go to the window and with the computer and show. Maybe we do that toward the end. Meanwhile, Hare Krishna, welcome everyone again. And now I should turn off the music thing. Yes, I should have done that earlier. Alas. Okay, what do we have today? We have some show and tell, I believe. Who do we have? We have Audarya Chandrika, and we also have, after Audarya Chandrika, I think we have Hemangi Gopi.
Guru Maharaj, it will be only me because Hemangi Gopi, she's traveling at the moment, and she will do another Saturday Sanga, so she will not do today. Yes.
All right, you want to go ahead?
Yes, thank you, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna, all devotees. Yes, with your blessings and by the mercy of Lord Narasimhadev and Srimati Radharani, I had the opportunity to participate in the Radhashtami Brahmotsava festival in Singhachalam, which was like a pure bliss, especially because you were there, Guru Maharaj, and some of our family, including Tia, Amrita, Brajamukhini, and of course, family who lives there, Nandimukhi, Ramananda Gopal Prabhu, etc. And maybe I thought also, because I know that we already share a lot of photos and videos with you along the way on our WhatsApp group, but I thought it would be wonderful to relive the experience once more. And maybe after that, maybe Tia or Nandimukhi might share their thoughts as well, if they wish. Otherwise, Tamal Govinda Prabhu and myself, we have put together a video. He did the most of the work, but we tried to capture the daily events of the 3 days festival in just 6 minutes. So, because it's such a nectar, it's really from the spiritual world. So I would share the screen and show you what was happening in Singhachalam.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let me share the screen.
Jai Jaya Padma Mukta Padma Pringa Nara Singho Mahasingho Divya Singho Mahabalaha Ugra Singho Mahadeva Stamba Jascho
just by saying, my dear devotees, please consider you have all so many qualifications. And one of them is imagination. And one thing you can do with your imagination is to imagine a better you. Hare Krishna. Bravo, bravo. Well done, well done. Nice to put this together. Thank you.
Yes. So Guru Maharaj, if you would like to share something from your side, how was for you, and maybe really Tia, because she was for the first time, unless if it is not too embarrassment for her to expose her. So.
Yeah, Tia, if you want to say something, you came all the way over from Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah, worth it. It was beautiful. I don't really have anything to say because the video that Ādārya Chandrika shared made me a little emotional because I miss being there. But it was a wonderful experience and I can't wait to go back.
Nice that you could come. Yeah, I would just say there was a new feature, a new first time ever ritual in Singhachalam this time. And that was a Tiru Kalyana ceremony. It was the wedding ceremony of Sri Nrsingadev with Sri Lakshmi Devi. It's something that is done traditionally in, I think, many temples in South India, at least in the Sri Vaishnava tradition. And āmāra Prabhu, who set it all up, was telling me before he wrote to me asking if I thought it was okay, and I said, yes, why not? He said in some temple, maybe more than one temple, they do this not once a year, but every day. They have a wedding ceremony of the deities every day. So this is now going to become probably a once a year event at Singhachalam. And it's a nice event. It's a kind of entertainment, you could say. I think from a devotional perspective, it's recognizing that the primordial, the original practice, what so many couples do, is getting married. The prototype, so to say, for that is the wedding of Lakshmi Narayana, or in our case, at Singhachalam, Lakshmi Singha. It was staged in a kind of interesting, fun way. Ramananda Gopal and his wife, Gopi Gita, were playing the parts of being the parents of Lord Nrsingadev, looking for a good, proper bride for their son. And so they came out into the village, which was all of us, the assembled devotees, looking, calling out. And then our Nandimukhi and Narahari acted as the parents of Lakshmi Devi. And they presented their daughter. And then there was some negotiation, some haggling back and forth to come to an agreement. First of all, considering, is this Lakshmi, is she qualified? Oh, yes, is she qualified? And so there was some nice dialogue. And then there was agreement, and then began immediately the rituals for the wedding with a yajna. And of course, everything made very brief, concluding with taking 7 steps. So the deities took their steps. So now they're properly married. So that was nice. Singhachalam itself is it's a wonderful place for such festivals. It's always, I think it's always an inspiration for devotees. This was, it was a 4-day festival, really, with 4 days of Kirtan Mela, and then the last 2 days, the 3rd day was Radhashtami, the 4th day was Nrsingha Brahmotsava. Brahmotsava means the festival which is presided over by Lord Brahma, and it's the festival of installation, anniversary. And something I didn't explain during the festival, but as I recall, an important idea of this festival is it's a time of making corrections for any mistakes in the course of the year's worship. So if there's been anything done improperly, if there's been any seva aparad in the worship, then this Brahmotsava is the process of correcting those mistakes and starting fresh. So it's almost like a reinstallation of the deity, like a fresh start. Right. So that's about that festival. Yeah, so we encourage all of you one day, sometime, if you have not visited before Singhachalam, to please come and visit there. However far away you're living, we're all on one little planet. So it should be possible. Oh, I'm just now seeing Param Dhammananda is with us. Hare Krishna. Welcome. Where are you just now? Oh, we can't hear you unless you unmute yourself. Would you like to unmute? Yes. Okay.
It's a rainy season right now, and we have like a 4 days constant rain.
Where are you?
Sri Lanka.
Oh, you're in Sri Lanka. Oh, very nice. Where in Sri Lanka?
South of Sri Lanka. This is near Sinharaja mountain range. So I always feel like at home with the lion, like I'm hearing about Sinhachalam.
Okay.
In Sinharaja mountain.
Yes.
And nice. It's beautiful. It's a virgin forest. It's a basically virgin forest which has been chopped for centuries.
Yeah.
So the trees are so majestic. They are 60, 70 meters tall and really beautiful and large. And so I'm very happy because I can see how nature can manage itself here without too much of human interference.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, the interference is here as well, but less visible.
Lots of coconut trees, yes?
Coconut trees, pineapples growing here during the season. And one lovely thing is here is avocados. There was an avocado season. So in the gardens, I have a few trees of avocados. So every day I was 1 month fasting on avocados.
Acha.
And
That's why you look so
that
much
was
like it. That's why you look so much like an avocado.
well, avocado glow, avocado spirit.
Avocado spirit. Okay. Nice, nice. Very good. Okay.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So I think it's time, unless someone else has something to share and tell, that we do a little bit of Bhagavatam reading. What do you think? Yes? Okay, here we go. I will share the screen. Do I have the screen here? Where are we? Oh dear, hold on. I have to get myself organized first. Not that one, not that one. Okay, one moment. How do I go back? Okay. First I have to find. Okay, it must be, no. It's funny how one gets it all set up and ready to go, and then you want to actually do it, and it's not there. Let me try this. This must be it. Yes, here we go. Okay, then Zoom and share and share. All right, here we go. I thought we could jump. We've been looking at here and there in Canto 5, some of this cosmic description. So I thought to jump near the end of this canto. This is chapter 25, the glories of Lord Ananta. And the last chapter, 26, is description of the hellish planets. But prior to this, we have this very nice glorification of Ananta. And Ananta Shesha is described because this is describing the universe, the lower portion of the universe, and that's where we find him. That's where we find Lord Ananta, also referred to as Lord Sankarshana. So there's some kind of identity there. Well, let's see. Is this? Yes, this is also in prose form. Tasya mula deshe tringshat yojana sahasrantara aste ya vai kala bhagavatas tamasi samakyatananta iti satvatiya drashtridrishya yoho sankarshanam aham iti avimana lakshanam yang sankarshanam iti achakshate. It's a long translation of a not so long prose sentence. Sri Shukadeva Goswami said to Maharaj Parikshit, "My dear king, approximately 240,000 miles." I know most of you don't think in miles, you think in kilometers. How many kilometers is 240,000 miles? We're going to get the answer to that in a moment. 240,000 miles beneath the planet Patala lives another incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the expansion of the Lord Vishnu, known as Lord Ananta or Lord Sankarshana.
Much. 386,000 kilometers.
Okay, 386,000 kilometers. That's a lot. Yeah. So long ways away. He is always in the transcendental position, but because he is worshipped by Lord Shiva, the deity of tamaguna or darkness, he is sometimes called tamasi. Lord Ananta is the predominating deity of the material mode of ignorance, as well as the false ego of all conditioned souls. When a conditioned living being thinks, I am the enjoyer, and this world is meant to be enjoyed by me, this conception of life is dictated to him by sankarsana. Thus, the mundane conditioned soul thinks himself the Supreme Lord. There's a very long purport in Chaitanya Charitamrita. That would be in Adi Lila, I believe, chapter 5, which is discussing about the identity of sankarsana, and maybe in the same purport, other expansions, Pradyumna, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. And it's arguing that, Prabhupada is arguing that, and I believe he was translating Bhaktisiddhanta Thakura's commentary, arguing that Sankarshan is fully transcendental. One should not make the mistake of thinking because he is identified with tamaguna, therefore he is somehow affected. I think that's part of what he's saying. But here Srila Prabhupada just gives a short report. But he takes this opportunity, as he takes many, many, many times, to refer to the Mayavadi philosophers. And he seems to want to identify them with those who are referred to in the end of this translation, thinking themselves the Supreme Lord. He says they misinterpret the aham brahmasmi and soham Vedic mantras to mean I am the Supreme Brahman and I am identical with the Lord. Now, when you look at the Sanskrit, that's easy enough to understand. It seems like that's what it says. Aham Brahma Asmi. Asmi means I am. Aham means I. And Brahma means Brahman. I am Brahman. And so aham, that's saha and aham. So he, saha, aham. It's not really a full sentence. It's just he. It's implied, I think in this case, asti. Asti. He is me, or I am he. So it could be soham asmi, or so asti aham. In any case, Prabhupada just dismisses it. He says this is a false conception. And one might want to ask, well, how would it be translated other than this? Aham brahmasmi. I think what Prabhupada would say is you have to see the context, and you have to see the bigger context of what is explained in the Upanishads. It's not that simple to say, I am Brahman. I am Brahman, yes, in some sense I am Brahman, but it's not that I am this. It's not that I, the individual, and Brahman, the totality, are indistinguishable. And then he quotes from Bhagavad Gita. We all know this verse, I'm sure. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha mattaha smritihi jnanam abhānam cha abhānam. I'm situated, I'm seated in everyone's heart. Hridi is in the heart, and sannivishta means situated. In the heart of who? Sarvasya, everyone's heart. I'm situated in everyone's heart, and from me, mattaha means from me, come remembrance, smriti, jnanam, knowledge, and abhānam is translated as forgetfulness. Abhānam can mean something like avoidance, as I remember. But why don't we look it up? Let's see. This is a simple one. I'll probably do that. Abhāna can also mean reasoning, arguing, denying, driving away. And notice, that's interesting, it includes, can you all see this?
Yeah.
Abhāna, he gives also Prabhupada's translations. Abhānam is forgetfulness. But Prabhupada also gives, well, that's not, okay, that's the followers of Srila Prabhupada, because it's 11th canto. Abhānam is driving away, the illusory identification. Okay, anyway, where were we? Oh, I lost my place. A question.
Well, I was just wondering.
Do you want to come closer so everyone, or else turn on your thing there?
She has to do that.
Okay. Atmanivedana is coming to ask a question.
I'm just wondering, so sometimes a word has two completely disparate meanings, it's a word, but sometimes it's like the same word, but with one meaning, but it can be used in different contexts. It means slightly different things. Mm-hmm. So my question is, so for abhānam, the meanings that you referenced, they seem quite different. So I was just wondering, perhaps one is like a noun and the other were like forgetfulness. Maybe the others were more like a verb or something, and they have nothing to do with each other, possibly. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I don't know if you all heard his question.
Oh.
Did everyone hear?
Yeah, we could hear it, Guru Maharaj.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Okay, so let's go back to this. First, I'm going to move it over here so I don't get lost. Well, yes, this can be quite frustrating when you're trying to learn Sanskrit. There are going to be so many different meanings. So abhānam, as far as I can tell, is where it's from. And so we might want to also look up uhana in this case. But you're asking more generally. For me, the question would be, how does Prabhupada get forgetfulness out of what seems to be the standard translation of denying or driving away? And my guess is that he's getting it from one of the commentators. But you can sort of have a sense that there is some kind of relation there. There's some kind of, driving away one's memory, perhaps. So typically you'll find there is some connection, some relation. But typically what it depends very much on is context. We're looking at a language, Sanskrit, which is used in so many different ways, and it's used in so many different genres of literature, and it's used over so many centuries and millennia. And if you think about English language, how many words there are that have utterly different meanings. Take, for example, the word court. I suspect when you hear the word court, the first thing you think of is a courtroom, so legal meaning. But court can also be a verb in English when a young man is wanting to inspire a young lady to marry him. That's called courting, to court someone. And of course, we know there's so many other meanings to court. It can be a tennis court and so on. So we see that in I think probably any language. And so it's just as much there in Sanskrit. And this is part of the challenge of translation, but it's also part of the fun of translation, to try to see how something is appropriate. And of course, there can be intentional double meanings also. And that's, as we were reading, the poetry, the different ornaments of poetry. This is what poetry is very much about, is drawing on the richness of language to show sometimes richness of meaning with ambiguities, with double meanings or triple meanings and so on. So, but your question was, could this be a case of sometimes there being a verb versus a noun?
As a possibility to explain. But I appreciate, but I thought your explanation of, denying, avoiding or denying something does seem related to forgetfulness.
In this case, Okay, the next verse. Shall we look at the next one? Why not? Yasyedam shiti mandalam bhagavato anantamurte sahasra shirasa ekasmin eva shirshani driyamanam siddhartha iva lakshate. Shukadeva Goswami continued, this great universe, situated on one of Lord Anantadeva's thousands of hoods, Sahasra Shirasa, appears just like a white mustard seed. Oh, what's the word for mustard seed? Oh, Siddhartha Iva. Oh. Well, there you go. That's another example of different meanings, right?
That's the start.
A siddhartha can mean a white mustard seed. Now, I can't resist to look that one up and see if Monier Williams agrees with that. Here we are. So, Sid, and now long A artha. Okay, what we would expect, the first definitions.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Siddhartha white mustard. Now, it gives this little question marks Sushruta. So Sushruta is an Ayurvedic text. Sushruta Samhita, I think it's called. And this one, Varahamihira. That would be astrological or astronomical text, I think. So he gives you where you can find these different translation or these different meanings. Okay, so we learned something. I would have never guessed. I would have never guessed that Siddhartha can mean white mustard. I would have puzzled. Siddhartha Driyamanam, Siddhartha Iva. Okay, there's no commentary to this verse. So there's a comparison being made. Siddhartha Iva Lakshate Driyamanam Shirshani Driyamanam Siddhartha Iva Lakshate. So one of the, I think, broader points we can take from this, because these descriptions of this universe, it's been giving lots of dimensions, so many thousands of yojanas, miles. I may have mentioned last time that I met this one scholar. He explained yojana means yoking. So a yojana is a yoking. What is a yoking? That means you yoke, you put into a yoke for pulling a cart, an ox, most probably an ox. And a yoking means the period of time that one maybe does plowing. And so then the distance that ox is going in the course of a yoking is a yojana. Now you may ask, you may say, but that's a very vague, length. I mean, one ox may go very short distance, another ox goes a longer distance. So how do we know what is that distance? I think the tradition is trying to say, or is saying very clearly for those who are accustomed to the tradition, don't worry about that. That's not the point. The point is there's some distance, and you could probably average, and it has been said, how far does an ox with a cart go in the course of one day? Well, about 16 kilometers. Oh, well, but we have another distance that we're given, namely 8 kilometers. Well, how do we figure? Oh, the tradition works that out apparently as the average. But I think the point is the sort of precision that we expect in our modern understanding of these things is just not there, because that's not what's important. But here we have something else. We have a different kind of measurement. the size of a white mustard seed. Well, they're pretty small. Carrying the earth on top of the hood of Anantadeva he's carrying the earth on his hood, of which he has how many? And then what is that like? Well, it's like a mustard seed. For him, in other words, it's utterly infinitesimal. So our big, big planet, which for us is everything, is for Anantadev nothing, hardly, he doesn't even feel it. And of course, this is also saying something about what we would probably assume is the force which is holding the Earth in orbit, namely this mysterious force called gravity, for which, by the way, I just read yesterday, there has yet to be found any particle that identifies it. So there's, according to modern physics, let me see if I get this right, there are four forces. One is electromagnetic, one is gravity, one is the strong something force, and one is the weak something force. What are they called? There's a strong force and a weak force. So for three of those forces, they have identified particles as somehow involved in those forces. There's no particles that anyone could find for gravity. So we might want to say, we know why, because there's no need. There's Anantadeva. Anyway, who can understand these things? It is wonderful. At the time of devastation, when Lord Anantadeva desires to destroy the entire creation, he becomes slightly angry. Then, from between his two eyebrows appears three-eyed Rudra carrying a trident. This Rudra, who is known as Sankarshan, is the embodiment of the 11 Rudras, or incarnations of Lord Shiva. He appears in order to devastate the entire creation. Now, someone may ask, wait, I thought Lord Shiva appears from Lord Brahma. Yes, that's at the beginning of the universe, but at the end of the universe, he apparently appears from Anantadeva. And the reference to his slight anger, let's see. Well, that's in the translation. In the word for word, it just says anger, āmāra. But we could look that up, but that's kind of not the point here. So we may recall that Lord Shiva sort of embodies anger, especially in connection with destruction. And we also know, where is that described? It's, I believe, in the third canto, that when we feel anger, we feel it in certain places in our body. And one of them is in the forehead, sort of between the eyes, and one is in the chest area, especially, I think, these two. So that's related to, you could say, on a macrocosmic level, Ananta Shesha being slightly angry. Why is he slightly angry? Prabhupada explains, in each creation, the living entities are given a chance to close their business as conditioned souls. When they misuse this opportunity and do not go back home, back to Godhead, Lord Sankarshan becomes angry. The 11 Rudras, expansions of Lord Shiva, come out of Lord Sankarshan's eyebrows due to his angry mood, and all of them together devastate the entire creation. So they have a big party smashing the creation. That's what the Rudras do. Sometimes I wonder if the Rudras are not already active. I see, it looks like some of you are agreeing with that wondering. Anyway, so stop sharing. Okay, it's already 9 o'clock here. Oh, we were going to give you a little tour of New York through the window. First, we'll give you a darshan of their lordships. There's a few new lordships as well. Yeah. So there's Shishigornitai are up here.
Mars, do you want to see those are your deities before?
Huh?
Those are your deities, the Gornitai you're worshiping.
Oh, yes. These are Gornitai were, I was worshiping them for some time, so many years ago. And now they're nicely taken care of by Subhangada and Atma Nivedana. And then on the lower shelf, are lots of little gods. Some you may recognize and some you may not. So, and they're enjoying some nice jasmine, fresh jasmine flowers, which I can't share with you how they smell. I'm sorry. But they're very nice. Okay.
Marge, can you tell them about the 2 new deities that you told me about?
2 new deities. Well, okay. Let's see how to do this. You can see them? Okay.
I see the Shiva one. The other one, I don't see anyone. So I'm yeah, perfect.
Okay. So on the far left is Nrsinga Shalagram. And we are told that he has the marking of Shri on his right and Bu on his left. There's sort of faint markings, spirals on either side. And also he has eyebrows. We haven't painted him yet. And he has a kind of mark that could be a nose or tilak. I'm not sure. And then we also have, you may wonder what's on top of Govardhan. So that's Govinda. And because Govinda plays together with Balaram on Govardhan, I thought he may like to sit on top of Giriraj. And then on the right, you may see there's now a little Shiva Linga, sort of in a lying down position because we don't have a stand for him. Yeah, so that's, whoops, that's like that. And then you can get a little view of New York City. This is famous Central Park with the city going on either side of Central. It's a really huge park, actually. It goes how many blocks?
Over 2 miles going north-south on each side, which is over 40 blocks going north-south.
40 blocks, 2 miles.
And then going east-west, less than 1 mile.
Yeah. Yeah, so one can wander and chant a lot of japa in this park.
And your āmāra is when the way that your camera is pointing at, well, the way, yeah, right there. So
Okay.
they're looking, the buildings that they see there, that's along 5th Avenue.
Right, that's the famous 5th Avenue, along which Jagannath Rath Yatra goes every year.
But
it doesn't start from here.
It used to start
from this corner.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
It started right
there
at the corner, at the end of the park at the corner.
Yeah.
But starting maybe 15 years something ago, it started a little bit further downtown. So this is the equivalent of 59th Street, the edge of the park where we are. If you go 11 blocks further down this way, then that's 48th Street, and that's where it starts now, unfortunately. But it's still going on the famous 5th Avenue.
It's still going on, and it's on 5th Avenue.
And then if you point this way, that's Central Park.
And there was a time before I was in this body that my grandmother had a shop, her own shop, apparently, on 5th Avenue. I don't know where on 5th Avenue. And what was she selling? She was selling corsets. For those of you who don't know what a corset is, it's not important. So I think we leave it at that. Yes.
Oh, one more thought. A spiritualization of the guided tour of New York you were providing. Which is, so the opposite side of the park from 5th Avenue, the opposite end was Central Park West. And if they were to walk a couple blocks further west on the other past the park, and just a couple blocks south, there's 55th Street, which is where
that's where the old temple was.
Which we lost.
Yes. Yes. And then somewhere, I guess, further north would be where Prabhupada was staying for some time.
So where is the building that called that? Where John Lennon lived? So on 72nd Street, Dr. Mishra lived all the way further down west.
So we're not far from where Prabhupada stayed on, it was on 72nd Street? Okay. Yeah, so we're not very far from where Prabhupada stayed before he went to 26th Avenue. This evening, we're going to be having a little program at 26th Avenue.
And it's actually on video too.
Oh, it's going to be, is it live?
Yeah.
How do they find that link? Okay, Subhangad is going to, it's going to be late at night for most of you, though.
5:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, it'll be pretty late there. Anyway, maybe it'll be recorded. Okay, so thank you all very much. Let's see, where am I going to be next Saturday? Oh, next Saturday is, I'm sorry to say we cannot meet next Saturday. I don't know if that's going to be online.
We don't know.
We don't know. So next week I'm busy all day on Saturday at the Bhakti Center, giving talks on the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we hopefully can meet 2 weeks from today. So I wish you all a wonderful week, a wonderful 2 weeks, with Krishna just appearing in all wonderful ways in your lives. And as we are reminded by Srila Prabhupada, chant and be happy. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Vaishnava Vrinda ki
Jai.
jai. Nitai Gaura
Hare Krishna.
Premanande Hari
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 Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Haribo.
Dankeschön.
Kshetra Prabhupada